I was fully muted. YouTube side. My fault. YouTube, my apologies there, guys. But yes, we're live on Real-Time Fantasy Sports. We are drafting. This is a high-stakes fantasy league. Excuse me for having to repeat myself. And guys, we're going to be, if you're interested in drafting in a high-stake, we're talking hundreds of dollars buy-ins, this is the sports place for you, Real-Time Fantasy Sports. Again, appreciate those guys sponsoring this episode. Like I mentioned, we're picking from the 7th spot today. Full point PPR, 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 receiver, and no flex. So we're going to kind of go through this with you guys, and we're drafting live right now. So Adam and I are going to do it together. Are you ready? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, we're going to kind of talk about some news as we go as well, Adam, if that works for you.
Perfect.
And I think we'll do, 10 rounds-ish. We don't have to do the whole thing, but we'll see. We'll just kind of see how it goes, how much time it's taking.
Yep.
Yeah, so appreciate you guys hanging around. Sorry if we seem a little flustered. We just we were cutting down to the wire there. We're missing Jordan today, so we're feeling sad. You know how it is when Jordan's
Very
not
sad.
here.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk about the first few picks so far? Justin Jefferson goes at the 1-1, Christian McCaffrey 1-2, and Jamar Chase at the 1-3. Thoughts on that, Adam?
It's obviously those are guys we've talked about all off season long about contributing to their teams. Justin Jefferson is your boy as number 1 receiver. Christian McCaffrey, our consensus best running back in the league. Jamar Chase, still picked pretty high. So again, those are fine picks. I think just fine so far. And Tyreek Hill.
And Tyreek Hill just goes.
Run on receivers a little bit.
I think it's worth mentioning that we're full point PPR, so I think that makes Justin Jefferson pretty high up there. And then the guy who I was kind of hoping would drop, Austin Eckler, just went, and then Travis Kelce just went. So we're up, Adam. We have a minute. So why don't we take this minute? Full point PPR, like we mentioned.
It says we're 1-8 actually.
What? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. My apologies. We are 1-8. I'm sorry. So Austin Eckler went, who I was kind of hoping we would get.
That ding means we're up.
That ding means we're up. That very loud ding, which I'm sure is going to come on the recording. So sorry about that, guys.
I was trying to get rid of it.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to either. So what are you thinking here? We have about a minute. So Austin Eckler, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Saquon just went. So we're looking at Josh Jacobs. We're looking at Nick Chubb. We're looking at Jonathan Taylor. We're looking at Cooper Kupp or Bijan.
I know who you want.
Yeah, I'm going to vote Cooper Kupp on this one.
Full point PPR, full send. That's
full send. Josh Jacobs is a little risky right here. Jonathan Taylor, which we'll talk about here in a minute. And then I like Nick Chubb here. It's just that because it's a PPR and he doesn't offer much in the receiving side of things. I think that we should go Cooper Kupp. Do you agree?
I agree.
All right.
Let's do it.
Drafting. Oh my gosh. What are these noises? I have no idea how to turn these off.
I thought I muted it, but I didn't.
Oh my gosh. I wonder. Don's in the chat. Good to see you, man. Can you hear those really odd noises that we're getting when we draft and whatnot? Because I have no idea how to turn that off. That's just the absolute worst. On my side, I can't turn it off because if I turn down the web browser, it'll turn you down.
Right.
Right. So, guys, it might just be something we got to deal with. Yep. So let's quickly talk about some things. Cooper Kupp has a hamstring. Got checked out for that.
And we just picked him?
Yeah. Looks like he'll just miss a few weeks of the preseason. They're going to be cautious about it. It's not anything scary. And then I think the biggest thing is Jonathan Taylor. You're a coach, right? You're not a full, not an NFL coach. But what do you think of an owner, Jim Irsay, doing what he did? Tell the people what he did. Tell the people what he did.
He said a quote saying, if Jim Irsay died, Jonathan Taylor was out of the league, no one remembers them anyway, something along those lines. Basically saying to Jonathan Taylor, kind of grow up and be a man, be with the team. I don't know if he said anything else that I'm missing here.
Well, before I get that, let me interrupt you. Do you see the part on your screen, Adam, that says no player selected? It's right under pickpockets to the team.
Oh, yep. Got it.
There's a little thing that's like volume down. Just click it a bunch of times, and it'll eventually mute.
Excellent.
All right.
Muted.
No, he's requested a trade now, which is, it's just you watch an owner just completely fumble the bag. The Colts don't have anything. They don't have anything except Jonathan Taylor right now. I guess you could be excited about Richardson, but it's one thing if you think that like you thought that like the Giants messed it up with Saquon or like the Raiders are messing it up with Josh Jacobs. And then you just see this, and he's like, "I'm not going to trade you."
Right. At the end of the day, too, though, part of what he said holds true. I agree that he botched it, but it's always a next man up philosophy. Like, someone will take Jonathan Taylor if he was trade bait or released, which they can't really do that. But ultimately, he's right that if they were both out of the league keeps going.
Yeah,
it's
tough. It's not wrong though.
Right. It's really tough, and politically, maybe as an owner, shouldn't have said what he said. It's going to make the whole situation worse. But I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about this running back market, Jake.
It's definitely a wait and see.
Understand.
It's definitely a wait and see. See what happens here soon. Let's update the board. People have been kind of taking their time here. So after Cooper Kupp, we took Cooper Kupp. After him, Bijan went. Nick Chubb, Stephon Diggs, Tony Pollard went pretty high for his typical ADP. AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb. So we're picking in 3 spots here. Would you take Jonathan Taylor here?
No, not with all the.
And it's worth talking about because this is high stakes. So this is a $300 buy-in. I mean, winner can win up to $10,000. It's a special championship series. So if you win this league, something can happen. Blah blah blah. So the Real-Time Sports really offers a bunch of different.
And there goes Jonathan Taylor.
All right, so there goes Jonathan Taylor right there. So now we're sitting Josh Allen. So these ADPs are a little bit different than what we typically deal with. Don, we are currently sitting at the 1-8. Amon-Ra just went. This is super interesting. So what do you think?
Do you know who I like here?
Oh, we are on the clock. Sorry. Who do you like?
Do you know who I like?
Tell me. We have
Devontae Adams.
You like Devontae Adams here?
I mean, 2 guys that are going to get PPR mega points, in my opinion.
Yep. No, I mean, you're not wrong.
We need a running back.
Yeah, we need a running back. That's the tough part. And running backs are going fast. That's my worry. I don't think Stevenson really helps us right now.
I mean, I do like that, best player available is Josh Jacobs, I don't want to touch him yet.
Do you think we could try to get lucky and try to get ETN on the flip? That would be probably what we'd want, right?
I think so. So do we go Adams?
I think we go Adams here. I think what we get out of this is a strong 2 wide receivers.
Yep.
That could finish as wide receiver ones. Let me just check the chat here. Who's available? So if you look on the board. But people, we have a minute each pick, so shout it out. For the people listening later on, kind of tell us what you think, where we went wrong. We'll post this at the end. And then league info. So it's a 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a flex, 10 bench spots, and it is a full point PPR. Looking at this now, so since then Garrett Wilson went, so receivers are starting to go. Looking at running backs who's currently available: Stevenson, Najee, Dameon Pierce, Kenneth Walker, ETN, Josh Jacobs just finally went at the 2-7, and then Jalen Waddle. So I think we made the right call, Adam.
Right,
which is what receivers are going. Running backs we could see on our next go around. I think with some of these running backs will go. I like Miles Sanders, just as he's a 3-down back. Derrick Henry.
Say that again, please.
Because he's a 3-down back.
No, just who do you like?
Miles Sanders. Love me some Miles Sanders this year.
Excellent.
So I guess we'll see kind of what happens here. I'll be curious to see where quarterbacks start going. According to this, I mean, Josh Allen's ranked number 12. I mean, that's way too high for me. He's actually picked 9 spots higher than Patrick Mahomes, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 4 touchdown for a quarterback, so it's not anything big. Sort of if it was 6 points, we'd maybe want to go that. What are your opinions on Ramondre Stevenson this year, Adam?
I'm never a big fan of New England running backs. I just never am. Last year his stats were pretty darn good, but ultimately I can't trust Stevenson with a new system, a new offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
I don't know. I get that he has some upside with the passing game too, but ultimately I like Harris a little better. I like Kenneth Walker better. I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah, I like him. I do. I really do. My worry is that they seem to always be bringing in someone. They're interested in Dalvin Cook. They had Leonard Fournette out there, right? So they're clearly looking for something.
Yes.
Which, is that going to kill his goal line carries? So, I mean, I don't know. He makes me nervous. I think that if he is... Would you rather have him... we're going to argue here if it comes around to us. Derrick Henry went. You think Derrick Henry still has a good year this year?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I said that a while back in one of the episodes. I think he's got one good year left. One great year left.
I agree. I just traded for him in the home league. Traded Tyreek Hill for... what did I do? I did Tyreek Hill for Debo and Derrick Henry. So I was kind of going more of a help the depth thing. I like Debo this year. I think we could get a bounce back year. I don't think he'll ever reach what he did in 2020, right?
Yep.
Mainly because his points, he had such a rushing ability, and I just don't think they have to do that anymore now that they have Christian McCaffrey.
Yep,
but
I agree.
I think wide receiver 2 numbers could easily be obtainable. All right, so we just finished the second round. So let me just go through it. So A.J. Brown went to 1, C.D. Lamb, Jonathan Taylor, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devontae Adams. We went ahead and took Garrett Wilson, Josh Jacobs, Jalen Waddle, Derrick Henry, Chris Olave, Najee Harris. And then Ramondre Stevenson went with the last pick. I keep forgetting, this is a 12-team league. So we typically don't draft 12-team leagues.
No.
So it's definitely different for us. And I think that's why it's important to get those good receivers. Now, I think this will be interesting, Adam, and I think you'll agree with me. And I think when you're drafting, you have to be, what's the word? Fluid. You have to be willing to change kind of your thinking. And if it sounds like if you're listening later and we're talking really fast, it's because we're doing this live on YouTube at Next Step Fantasy Football Podcast. And, you only have a minute. I think that, we're down to, a minute per pick. So we kind of got to talk quick. Zach in the chat says, make sure to get a rushing quarterback. I love that. I don't mind that.
If Mahomes is there at 1-7, I kind of want him.
But then we still have no running backs, and that's what makes me nervous. But I will say on the flip side, knowing the settings, we could get away with a guy who's mainly the pass-catching running back. Right? So, Mark Andrews just went, Devonta Smith. Jake, what are your thoughts on the Money League? We'll get into that later on, my man. I don't want to talk about a different draft while it's going. Larger Tay Ninja popped in. Adam, that's a buddy of mine who's never played fantasy football before, and he jumped into the Money League.
Nice. Tough start.
Yeah, that's what everyone was saying. There is another thing, guys. You're drafting, let's say. Set a reminder on your phone, because we have a guy in here who's currently AFK. So he is not at his computer. He's being auto-drafted in a $300 buy-in league. I wish I could do that.
Oh, man.
So we're 3 picks away. We got Devonta Smith, Keenan Allen, T. Higgins. So we're getting these receivers going off the board. It makes me wonder if we should grab another, though. What are your what are your thoughts on that? Do you follow trend, or do you want to capitalize on other things? What do you think?
Well, and that's the thing. I still think running back would help us here. I think.
So there goes Mahomes. Mahomes just goes.
The problem is though, McLaurin goes or Cooper, we're
There's a
we're starting to slim pick.
there's a considerable drop off after Terry McLaurin, Amari Cooper, Debo DK, I would say, because then you're talking Ridley, Mike Williams, and these are good players.
I would argue that even Debo and DK, it's like, yeah, they can be really good, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I just wonder if we want to get, we have 2 elite receivers. Do we want to then try to get 2 elite running backs? And then just kind of see where we go from there.
Who's elite that's left?
I like ETN here in this next pick if we can get there. I really like ETN. But then for anyone not watching, ETN. Okay, we're up. So DK Metcalf goes, Jahmyr Gibbs goes. So now at running back we got Damian Pierce, Kenneth Walker, Travis Etienne, Breece Hall. I prefer to stay away from Breece Hall because Dalvin Cook might go there.
Josh Allen is still there.
Josh Allen's still there. I prefer to wait on our quarterback though.
Okay.
Let's
go ETN.
I like ETN here. I also don't mind. I know Kenneth Walker's hurt right now and he's going to miss most of the preseason. I think he's going to be good though as well.
So didn't you say fade though, Kenneth Walker?
I did originally, but that's because the rookie then hurt his shoulder, so he's out too right now. So we went
ETN.
Yeah, we went ETN. I think that's a good pick, especially with PPR. Tank Bigsby is the rookie running back behind him. I think someone to keep an eye on. Zach in the chat says Allen. Let me hear why. We're going to be back up here in a few picks. Yeah, so let me quickly, for everyone, I'm going to stop saying that for anyone listening later, but here's who's available on the board after our pick. Damian Pierce, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, Terry McLaurin, Miles Sanders, J.K. Dobbins, Rashad White, Joe Mixon, T.J. Hawkinson. There are some receivers scattered within that, or quarterbacks scattered within that. Where do you think we go here with this next pick, do you think? So we've got ETN, we've got Allen, or I'm sorry, we got Adams, and we got Kupp. What would you like to see of those guys?
I'd like another running back that, if it's a guy we really like Miles Sanders.
So Jalen Hurts just goes, so we get a quarterback go. Passing and rushing quarterback. I get that. Debo goes. Goal line potential. Bills' offense is really good. Need I say more? Yeah, I mean, you could convince me.
If Josh Allen is there, we got to take him.
If Josh Allen's there, and then, I don't like to go quarterbacks that early. I hear you. But I think there is a little value later on. Alexander Madison, Aaron Jones, James Conner, some guys that aren't sexy, but oh, bless you, aren't sexy, but I mean they can win you. Josh Allen goes. Dang it, guys. That's all right. So best quarterbacks available right now as we sit are Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson. Would you reach for Lamar Jackson here?
Yes.
You would? You'd go over all these guys right now. Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, Terry McLaurin, Miles Sanders.
Yes.
Justin Herbert. You want to do it? If he's there? Because I don't think he's going to... Miles Sanders just goes. I don't think someone's going to take him.
If Lamar's there, take him.
You think so?
Dual threat, baby.
What do you guys think in the chat? We have 3 picks beforehand.
Listen to the people.
They've said nothing. Joey's saying stock up on running backs and receivers. These guys, the people drafting here are elite, Adam. So if the free agency pool is not going to be good. So I don't know. I like Lamar here. I do, but do you think we could get him? Because we're going to pick at the 4-5, and then it's going to be 15 picks before we go. And I mean, we could look at Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, later on Justin Fields, who are the top three running backs available or receivers available right now are Amari Cooper, Terry McLaurin, DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, and then Damian Pierce, Kenneth Walker, J.K. Dobbins. I really want to go with what running back. But this is why we're doing it. What do you think? Just let's talk it out.
Okay. I think
Breece Hall wins. Because now we're getting a run on running backs is my problem.
I'm very high on Kenneth Walker. You know this.
Well, Dameon
So
Pierce just goes.
if we do not take Lamar here, let's go Kenneth Walker.
Okay, if we go Kenneth Walker, we have to go running back again after this, though. Because he's dealing with that injury right now, and we don't know for sure. You know. See, we're getting all different things in the chat. Joey says if Burrow falls to the 5th, take him. Jerry Judy just went. Zach says take Lamar with one of these next 2 picks. Running backs can wait. You know what, Adam? I said let's take Cooper Kupp. You tell me. Do you want Kenneth Walker here, or do you want Lamar Jackson over Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert?
I already drafted Lamar.
What?
Yep, Lamar, baby.
Okay, first of all, don't do that.
What? You did it to me last pick.
No, I'm the one clicking it, though. You can't do that. Oh, my God.
Lamar, baby. Hey,
Okay.
dual threat.
Dual threat.
And you were going to overthink it.
You're right. All right, guys. We went with Lamar in the 4th.
Gotta have a dual threat, and I think he's going to stay healthy.
It just goes against my personal thing. I never end up with Mahomes. I never end up with these guys because I always wait.
Yeah.
Joey says take Kirk Cousins later. I like that. Adam's like, nah. So we're flying through this draft, guys. Calvin Ridley goes, so here's a really, really interesting spot. Zach says now you can stack OBJ. Aaron Jones just goes. So now we're running into a situation where Javonte Williams, DeAndre Swift, Alexander Madison, Dalvin Cook. We might have to wait. Do we go weak at our second running back, and then stack up on pot guys later, or do we go wide receiver heavy? Right.
Right.
I think for me, this next pick, I would. Kenneth Walker's still there. If he's still there, I think we should take him, obviously.
Yeah.
I like J.K. Dobbins with the next pick. I like Javonte Williams with the next pick. But after that, I think it's worth waiting. I think those are the big ones.
Yep.
Alexander
Even
Madison.
Rashad White, who I like a lot. I don't know about him moving into this year.
If we could get, I think best case scenario, if we could get 2 of these running backs, Dobbins, Walker, Rashad White, Javonte Williams, Alexander Madison. If we can get 2 of those, I think we should try it. But if there's no way, then I think we just need to shift.
For being a high money league, I thought they would have had Dalvin Cook as a free agent instead of on Minnesota still.
I think it's just part of the thing. Thanks again, RealTime Fantasy Sports, for hosting
this.
Jeez. Joey says you'll need running backs like Connor, Brian Robinson, Madison. I think that's not bad value. That's the thing, right? He says avoid Dobbins. I think Walker, Gibbs is gone. So do not.
I don't want to hear what Joey has to say about it.
He just said do not draft Javonte Williams or Rashad White.
You know what? Hey, I hope Joey has a few weeks this year where he plays Javonte Williams and he goes off. Joey, Samaje.
Oh wow. So let's talk about some other guys I kind of like here at the running back or receiver. So Calvin Ridley, Aaron Jones, Amari Cooper, Christian Watson, Cam Akers. We're still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 picks away. Receivers I kind of like here as a third receiver. I think Mike Williams, Christian Kirk, I think is solid. I really like Tyler Lockett. He's just one of those guys. DJ Moore, really high on. If we could get one of those guys, that would be swell. Someone with just being absolutely just pooped on for some reason is Deontay Johnson. Yeah. There were 6 running backs who had a 25% target share, or receivers who had a 25% target share on their teams. Guys like Cooper Kupp, guys like Devontae Adams, and then Deontay Johnson's in that group too. So I think he holds pretty good value as well.
Right.
So Kenneth Walker just goes. I think that's really good value in the 4th round.
I agree. 100%.
Someone says DJ Moore has sneaky top 20 in upside. I agree. I 100% agree. I just think that we're going to, because we didn't take that running back, I think what do you think of this strategy? And just kind of let me know what you think. So we could wait on running back, and then you know how you typically will stream a defense.
Yep.
You could stream the second running back position.
We could. I mean, that's the thing. Just stream.
So if we stack receiver, or a tight end here, right? And then in rounds, what is that, 7 and 8, we're talking guys late who are a little lower. So we're talking David Montgomery, Brian Robinson, Khalil Herbert. Like, not the most sexiest of guys, right?
No.
But these running backs are flying off the board, which is really leaving receivers up pretty high. Rashad White just went. It's just a little risky. You took Etienne high. In the third round is decent ADP. That's good. That's good ADP. At the 3-7. I think at this point we should wait on tight ends.
Yeah, I could see Dobbins and Williams and Swift all going here. There goes DJ Moore.
I don't love that.
No.
This is that thing. We took Lamar, or you took Lamar, and look.
We took Lamar.
Clicked, and Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert are still there.
Uh-huh.
So, did we have to do that?
Right.
But, I mean, there's no way of knowing. That's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'd prefer to wait, but I get it. Like, Okay, Joey says Tank Bigsby is greater than Travis Etienne. You know that's not true. Don't say that. Don't tell the people that.
Come on, man.
I think Tank Bigsby will have some sort of role, though. I will say that.
Yes.
Rashad Penny will be the better Eagles running back. That's a take. I think, honestly, I really feel this. If we get there, and I mean, it's still 6 picks away, but if Dobbins is sitting there, I feel like we have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We have to. I mean, because of the remaining running backs, I mean, Dobbins, Javonte Williams. I don't want DeAndre Swift. Because I really don't know what's up with that. I like Alexander Madison. I think that he is the guy.
Yep.
Same with Dobbins. Same with Javonte. Well, not same with Javonte. They got their boy Samaje Perine.
Javonte is the guy. I can't stress that enough.
Okay.
I cannot.
Would you take Alexander Madison over him? Coming on. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So again, guys, shameless plug. We have an Instagram, next_step_pod. Check that out. We're currently live on YouTube at youtube.com/nextstepfantasyfootballpodcast. We have a Facebook group. Facebook is just Next Step Fantasy Football Podcast. We are doing a promo right now. If you are not a Patreon member, for $5, you can get you'll get a personal phone line, so you can text us, one of us, at any time, any fancy question, we'll get back to you. And you also get the first month of our weekly rankings. And that is typically reserved for $10 Patreon members. So if you want that all year, you could do that after the $5. Consider doing that monetarily. It helps us out a lot. But again, no pressure. None. So, Adam, quick thought, though, about if Dobbins is still there. We already have Lamar. So what do you think of that? What do you think of that pairing? That's weird, right?
It's weird, and I don't think Dobbins will be as good a pass catcher as some other guys. So it really wouldn't. I don't think Dobbins can stay healthy. I just really don't. He's shown flashes.
Okay, here's something as of yesterday, the 2nd. He still has not practiced in training camp. There goes Joe Burrow.
There goes
Javonte Williams. So we have a minute to talk about it quickly. Best running backs available: Dobbins, Swift, Madison. Best receivers available: Mike Williams, Christian Kirk, Godwin, Pittman, Lockett. What do you think?
This is where we're in limbo a little bit.
Yeah, this is definitely going to help determine what's going to happen. I prefer to go running back to get just 2 guys at each position all around. That way we don't have to stream,
Right.
I
want Madison.
I would go Madison as well.
Madison.
Over Dobbins because of the injury thing, and also Swift. I think Swift is a better talent. I just don't think that he is going to be healthy all year.
Right.
Okay, now that we've made that pick, Adam, now is the time we need to start looking at bye weeks. Lamar Jackson, Alexander Madison, Devontae Adams are all on a bye on week 13. Perfect. Great. And there goes Dobbins. So I guess, we made the right pick for us. So here's my thought. Wide receivers are definitely deeper going into this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on, so we pick again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. Going running back again. Because I'd much rather have 3 decent running backs than 3 decent receivers. Thoughts?
I just don't know who.
I think
who you think.
So. Well, I for me, I like James Conner. I do. I like James Conner there. I think I would consider Swift here. I'm not taking A.J. Dillon. And I like James Cook as well. He's really getting talked up right now. He sounds like he's the guy. But I like Conner because he is the guy.
Yeah.
I think that offense sucks. But he's the only one who's going to be consistently touching the ball.
There goes Christian Kirk and Justin Fields, who I was going to talk up a little bit, though.
We can talk up Justin Fields. Go ahead.
No, he's gone. He's picked.
Darren Waller goes, so tight end. I think we're definitely hoping for a James Conner here. Receivers, though, Mike Williams, pretty good value right there as well. Just with these receivers going, I think those are the 2 picks. Let's talk about if Conner is not there. Go receiver, I assume.
I mean, I don't like Mike Williams.
Okay, that's fine. But do you prefer? There goes James Conner. So we got to adjust here. Running backs against Swift, Gibson, Cook, Kamara, Pacheco. Brian.
I love Swift's upside.
I do. I really do. I do. I as well. I like Lockett's safeness though. I like how safe he is. Mike Evans. Chris Godwin. Godwin's got. You're not a big Mike Williams guy?
No, not at all. I owned him for the last 3 years, and it's been heartbreak after heartbreak. Except that one good year. One really good year.
Yeah. I think what a nice thing would be here would go Swift, right?
I was thinking Swift.
Swift, if he can get there. Swift, and then so Swift would be then put into our flex spot, but I'd like to try to find someone else to have as our flex until we find out what actually is going on with Swift, right? George Pickens goes. I like Mike Williams. I don't know if it's the right spot for him.
And there goes Godwin. We're up.
So I think Swift's an easy pick here in the the 6th round, right?
Yeah.
He Good should value. Yeah. As currently, according to this, he's separate. He's operating as a receiver a lot often, which is love that in a full point PPR. So let's go. You okay taking Swift?
Yep, all good.
All right. So, my apologies, Adam, and this is why you should always look. We're starting 2 flex.
Nice.
So, that's something to consider. So here's the team so far after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds. So we got Lamar Jackson, Travis Etienne, Alexander Madison, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams. I think we've waited on receiver mainly because we have 2 receivers that we're going to start every week. It doesn't matter. Like, we're never going to talk about that or, consider that. Right. With 3 decent running backs, I think now is the time that we can kind of wait. Wait maybe until a guy, Khalil Herbert, Brian Robinson, Samaje Perine, Raheem Mostert, I think, is a decent value as it stands right now. Jerick McKinnon is a good one. Those top receivers left, we got Michael Pittman, Tyler Lockett, Marquise Brown, Deontay Johnson, Mike Evans. These are really good names
for this late. Yeah.
For this late. We're only in the 7th, but yeah. So I think now is the time to stack up on receivers. Because so much later, there's some decent value here. Kadarius Toney super late. Darnell Mooney. Let's see. Let's run to the chat, Adam. That was a swift decision. Oh, geez.
I love that, Don. That's good.
Zay Flowers will be Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, that's quite a possible. I think we could try to get him with Lamar. That'd be fun to try and pair that up. Love that stack. Hall of Fame game currently sits at 16-7 Jets at halftime. Guys, football is back as of August 3rd. We are going to go into the last...
6D to 7?
16.
Okay. I was like, how?
How? Just for a second we can breathe. Adam, how's coaching going, my man?
Good. A lot of kids. A lot of kids out, which is great. Got good athletes.
Good.
We were projected, so the Wisconsin high school football sports hub, like news hub, came out with our conference's projected rankings, and they've got us at dead last.
Oh no!
Well, I posted that crap
bulletin board
on our smart board today for our classroom time for Chalk Talk.
Yeah,
I'm like, guys, this is what the world thinks of you. Do something about it.
Love it.
I'm so sick of everyone thinking we're a doormat. So
love it.
We're amped up. I think we got better athletes than people in our conference think, and we're ready to rock.
I love it. That's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the thing. So we took DeAndre Swift at the 6-5, and then the following picks happened. We got James Cook, Greg Kittle, Mike Williams, Tyler Lockett, Justin Herbert, and Kyle Pitts. Checking at the checking at the chat, Deontay would be great upside. He has 0 touchdowns last year, but he still is good. Jordan Addison could be sneaky. Trevor Lawrence just went to finish out the 6th. So we are 8 picks away from our next pick. I think we'll keep going here, Adam. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. Go ahead.
I think we almost think tight end here.
You know, I was looking at tight end as well. At this point, I figured we could wait, but I think the cutoff.
Well, Kyle Pitts left. Okay, never mind.
My thought was the cutoff for let's wait till double digits to get a tight end is Dallas Goedert. That's my thought.
Mm-hmm.
He is the final one there. So if he's there, I think we could consider it. But I feel as though receiver is the right play. I think Deontay Johnson's good here. I think Mike Evans is decent here. Juju Smith, like I said, Pittman, Marquise Brown, Deontay Johnson, Mike Evans, Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson just went. Tight ends, we got top 5 right now are Dallas Goedert, Pat Freiermuth, David Njoku, Evan Ingram, and Dalton Kincaid. The top 5 running backs available right now: Dalvin Cook, A.J. Dillon, Antonio Gibson, Alvin Kamara, and Isaiah Pacheco. Thoughts on what do you think in there? What would you feel? We're still some picks away, but
I don't mind Hollywood Brown, but he's so streaky.
Well, he's gonna have Colt McCoy throwing him the ball.
I know, and Michael Pittman at least had flashes.
Yeah,
where he showed
we've talked about how much we like Pittman.
Yeah. I like his play there if he falls here to us at 8.
The following picks, Isaiah Pacheco, Dallas Goedert, Dalvin Cook went. I think with Goddard going, it's time to wait on tight ends. Easily time to wait.
There's no one worth reaching for.
I think a really sneaky tight end is Sam Laporta, the rookie. Rookie tight ends don't produce, but a tight end head coach, a former tight end is the coach of or is a coach of the Lions. They have no one there. He's starting, right? So
I'm not being a homer here. Don't sleep on Dulcich either. I think
Dulcich could be really good. All right, so we have a minute to go. Marquise Brown and Alvin Kamara went. So the best available running receivers. I mean, there's some good ones: Juju Smith, Mike Evans, Michael Pittman. Running backs, we got Gibson, Dillon, Jamal Williams, Brian Robinson.
The one thing that hurts me with Evans and Pittman is that we don't know 100% who's going to be throwing those guys the ball.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Like Jahan Dotson a little later. Cortland Sutton, I think, isn't bad. I still want, for me, it's either Evans or Pittman.
Yeah.
We've seen Evans do it. right?
Yep, but I do think he's going to take a step back.
I
He's
do
getting
too.
older. Sorry, Don. Sorry, Joey. I say we go Pittman.
All right, I'm going Pittman. I feel good about that too.
Yep.
Because I think that Anthony Richardson is better than Baker Mayfield today.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Right now.
And I would rather do that. If somehow Evans is still there, I think we could turn around and grab him again. Joey says Addison is in the better offense. I get it. I just don't want a rookie receiver being starting in my current flex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't really love that. But it's not a bad idea. Like, I get it, right? Top 300, looking at AJ Dillon and Antonio Gibson. Antonio Gibson definitely offers PPR upside.
Yep. I like him. I like him.
Yeah. AJ Dillon, I think, offers. He's just the wrong. Like, AJ Dillon's really good. It's just that he never seems to get the ball. Jahan Dotson goes. I think he's sneaky good as well.
Right.
So what are you thinking here? Do you think we're going to go receiver again? You think we're going to go running back? This is tough.
Kind of weird. There's been weird streaks of running back runs, receiver runs.
Yeah, you can tell that the people playing here know what they're doing.
Yeah. I think Gibson though. He might move to receiver a little bit this year.
Yeah, there goes Mike Evans.
Yeah, I like Gibson's value. I really do. I just don't. I feel, and the chat's agreeing with me here, and that's if Mike Evans just went, but they're really pushing the Jordan Addison. My thought, I think the dude just got busted for driving, and I know there's a emergency situation or whatever, but isn't that a red flag? Like,
I don't think anything's going to come from it though. I've been asking my coworkers. I was like, "Would you drive 85 miles an hour to save your dog?" And half of them are like, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
There goes Gibson. So now we're really kind of gonna have to pick the guys we want. I think Brandon Cooks offers a decent value here. I will say.
So you're not for Dillon at all.
He needs an injury, or he'll come in for a series or two, and he's a guy that is really good in December. I mean, he's a guy that is you want later on. Kamara is not available. Zach. Jamal Williams, Brian Robinson, I think offers a decent value here. I feel like we just have to take one more, and I think Brian Robinson might actually be it, if I'm being honest. Or Khalil Herbert, just a guy who's going to touch the ball. He's good. There goes AJ Dillon. So we have a running back run now.
Darn it.
I really like Brian Robinson. Not sexy, but he's getting goal line carries. We've seen Antonio Gibson not be healthy before. Right. And if that's the case, they don't have McKissick, whatever his name was, anymore. I don't mind Brian Robinson as my running back 4 on my team.
Do we shock the world here?
Oh, jeez.
Justin Tucker.
Yes.
He's the 83rd ranked player in the top 300.
There goes Traylon Burks. What do you think, man? I like Brian Robinson here. I think he has the clearest path to touches.
Book it.
Zach says zig and go wide receiver. That'd be like Juju Smith-Schuster, Addison, Cortland Sutton, Brandon Cooks. Someone said Addison now, Robinson next round. I don't think Robinson will be there. That's the problem. Like
I do think Sutton has high potential to rebound.
So do I. But I mean, we're talking 10, 15 picks. There's no way Robinson's still going to be there.
I think he might be.
Oh man! All right, make the call, Adam.
Go Sutton. Go Sutton.
Oh man, we're talking Sutton. We're talking. They're yelling at us, Addison. Oh man! All right, we're doing it.
I drafted him.
I got a draft error on my screen that says the selection has already been made by your team. Oh man,
They're yelling at us for Sutton, huh? Hey, Homer hat off, I promise.
Samaje Perine goes next.
Not a fan of Addison. I don't think he's going to be that great year one.
Running back or receivers, really, I'd rather wait and have Zay Flowers. That's my thought.
Don, don't do that emoji.
See, this is tough. I mean, that was horrible, he said. And
we'll
Adam,
see, Joey.
Adam, explain to the guys why you like Sutton this year.
He is the one guy in the red zone for the Broncos that I think will get so many targets. Big body, good hands, better head coach, and ultimately it's a system that's going to bring his strengths a lot better than it was last year. So I just think he's going to be so much better.
So we took him in the 8th round. You feel good about that?
Yep.
I mean, he is a guy that could give. I mean, you shouldn't count on him as wide receiver 2 numbers, but definitely could give it. Like, definitely could do it. You know.
Yep.
How about this one? People were not loving that pick, man. Not loving that pick.
I am gonna look like a genius when we have him being an integral part of the team.
I think our issue is that we're getting, or it's not an issue. I think what has happened now is that we are grabbing guys that to fill out those flex spots. I don't hate Courtland Sutton in a flex.
No.
Not even a little. Yeah, I don't hate that. So the team as it sits after 8 rounds, Lamar Jackson, Travis Etienne, Alexander Madison, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Michael Pittman, DeAndre Swift, and Courtland Sutton. Zach says he likes it. My man.
My boy.
Piper. Hey, Adam, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Khalil Herbert, Deontay Foreman. They're currently both on the Bears. Who's the running back to own?
Neither.
Okay.
Okay, if you're asking me honestly, who should we go there?
I'm not saying we have to. I'm not saying we have to. I'm saying what do you think?
I like Herbert's upside better. Deontay Foreman, he's a big guy, should get red zone touches, should get goal line touches, all that good stuff. But I think Herbert has the potential to be very good, even though it's a crowded running back room. I think both those guys, could have a good year, and I think it wouldn't shock us. But ultimately, I like Herbert's upside a little bit.
Yeah, he had a 5.7 yards per carry last year, which was one of the highest in the NFL. I think he deserves a shot at it. That's my thought. He should be the guy. I think the issue with him is that, Deontay Foreman could be the goal line guy. So he's vulturing touchdowns. And I think that's just kind of the bummer, right?
Yep.
So I guess we'll see. Joey's asking best running backs available. Let's see. Brian Robinson went. So that's a bummer. But Devin Archin, Jamal Williams, Kareem Hunt, Khalil Herbert, Deontay Foreman. So Elijah Mitchell, which I think Elijah Mitchell is a interesting pick because you take him and you hope for an injury.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get it, you're going to be looking like a genius, right?
Right.
What do you guys think? Or what do you think? Like, would you still consider taking him at all?
Elijah Mitchell?
Yeah.
Nah.
Like, not here. You mean just like...
Not, I mean, McCaffrey showed me last year he can stay healthy. He's fine. Maybe he regresses and gets hurt again this year. I don't know. Like you said, we look like geniuses if McCaffrey goes down. I think
he's definitely a bench stash, right? He's just a bench stash,
I think Herbert or Foreman, I would feel a little better as guys who are obviously going to contribute. But
yeah, I mean, the chat's talking about how Kamara will be suspended, so maybe Jamal Williams is the play here to help with at least the first month of the season.
Right.
I mean, I think that's absolutely. I think that's a great, and I think that he'll still have some sort of value, right? And Jamal Williams goes. So good thing we talked about him. Someone's listening. Band of Brothers 5 is listening to us. So we're going to be up. So in the last few picks, Samaje Perine, Addison, Penny, Robinson, Harris, Prescott, Gabe Davis, McKinnon, Charbonnet, Elijah Mitchell, and Jamal Williams went. So we're 4 picks away here. So it's time to start thinking kind of what we want to do. This is tough. I think Herbert.
I will say about Devin Achane. Are we saying that?
I always say it wrong, but yeah.
I do think he will have a major role.
Yeah.
With the Dolphins, especially because Dalvin Cook doesn't sound like he's going there. And I think he's gonna. I think he might surprise.
Zay Flowers went the pick before us. That's a bummer.
That is a mega bummer.
Yeah. I think Archin might be the pick here. Just with upside, I think he has the clearest.
He might be the starter, hands down.
Yeah, I think we could see that happen throughout the preseason. All he has to do is beat out Raheem Mostert. You know. So you feel good about that one?
I do. Joey says we'll regret not taking Addison. I disagree right now. I really do.
It's just that typically rookie receivers don't
do great.
I think it's certainly possible, but we'll see. Can Kirk Cousins?
I'd rather have Juju over Addison right now.
Would you really? Well, he's available, so should we take him next?
No.
Stop saying that. We're in the 8th, 10th round here. I mean, these are the guys we're talking about.
I know. I mean, Juju right now is the number 1 receiver in that New England room.
I think it's more of an indication of what you think about Mac Jones.
Yes, I agree.
So let's talk about top 5 at each position. Juju Smith-Schuster, Devin Peoples-Jones, Rondell Moore, Odell Beckham Jr., Wan'Dale Robinson, Adam Thielen. Tight end we got to start talking about. We got Pat Fryermuth, David Njoku, Dalton Schultz, Tyler Higbee. Running backs are pretty thin now. We got Kareem Hunt, who's currently not on a team. Deontay Foreman, Elijah Mitchell, Leonard Fournette, who's not on a team, Ezekiel Elliott, who's not on a team, and Chuba Hubbard.
Right.
And then there's Raheem Mostert there. We could just own that backfield. Do you think Juju Smith go? Did Juju Smith? No, he did not. Khalil Herbert, Evan Ingram have went. Do we talk about tight end now?
I think so. I think it's time.
But
otherwise,
would you not rather have Juju? I think Juju's probably the best player available right now. Like clearest way to targets to points.
Yeah, I say we go Juju.
I think Juju's the play if he's there in the next
he's just
7
the number
picks.
1 guy in New England. So.
I think what we should do is go Juju at that next 7 with the pick if he's available, and then it's what tight end's available. Evan Ingram just went. Joey.
Jamal Williams.
There goes Juju.
Juju. Darn it. Do we also start thinking about backup quarterback yet or no?
I think it's worth talking about because of the possible, what we've seen out of Lamar, and that is that he can get hurt. Backup quarterbacks: Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, Tua. I think Tua's sneaky, man. Because if Tua stays healthy and Lamar Jackson doesn't, right? He's a quarterback 1.
Right.
I've ended up with a lot of Tua shares just because I try not to,
You know who else is there?
Who?
Russell Wilson.
Oh my god, kill me. I think I don't really think Tua could be a sneaky pick. I'd like to wait a round or 2 before we do that though.
Right.
Joey, Tua doesn't stink. I don't know how you can. I've talked about this, and that's just wrong. If people want to be like he's not going to stay healthy, fine. That's fine. You can make that argument. But don't tell me he's bad. He was quarterback 1 last year, or the top 3 quarterback before he got hurt. All right, we're 2 picks away. Best tight ends available: Njoku, Dalton Kincaid, the guy from Tennessee whose name I will not attempt to pronounce, Dalton Schultz, Cole Kmet, Tyler Higbee. What do you think?
Higbee for sure.
We already have Cooper Kupp though. That's the problem.
hate Higby anyway.
I think Njoku could be a good one.
I think Michael Mayer could have an okay rookie season. I like that Sam Laporta take, but they don't throw the tight ends the ball that much.
I just don't like having a rookie tight end be my starter.
Right.
I think that Njoku is the safest. I think that's what you want when you're doing.
Didn't he have a stretch last year that he did pretty well too?
Yes, he absolutely did. He was a top 10 tight end last year.
We got to go. Yeah, we got to go.
I think.
Oh, he is gone.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool.
So if you still want to go tight end here, I think Dalton Schultz, Tyler Higbee. Or you could just wait really late. Irv Smith Jr., Zach Ertz, Luke Musgrave, Noah Fant.
I think we could wait on some of these rookies / guys like Dulcich or Komet.
Yeah.
Do we go wide receiver?
Wide receivers, we got 45 seconds. Best receivers, Devin Peoples-Jones, Rondell Moore, Odell Beckham. We could have the stack, man. Romeo Dobbs, I think, is a interesting one. Alan Lazard. I like Dobbs, actually. I think that... though I do like Odell. I kind of want the stack.
Seconds.
Can I have the stack?
You want the stack?
I want
Odell?
the stack. I want the stack.
Oh my God.
I'm doing it. YOLO. Ah!
No way.
Yes.
Right at
10th round? He's the wide receiver 1 on that team right now. Though it could be Zay Flowers.
150. We got him at 150. Or a little later, but.
Boom. Njoku is not available. Devin Singletary goes. Where are we at? All right, we're at an hour here, so that's how it typically goes. So we're going to go ahead and finish this on our own accord. And then we'll post this here because we still have... Yeah, there's another 10 rounds to go.
Right.
So then we'll post this on our Facebook page at the Next Step Fantasy Football Podcast. If you wanted to be part of this talk, it was fun. We're live on YouTube, youtube.com/Next Step Fantasy Football Podcast. And we're gonna be unveiling our rankings for in the next 3 weeks. So we're gonna do running backs next week, receivers the following, quarterback the following. Our top 15 at each position. We'll kind of go through them. You tell us what you think. Like I said, we have a Patreon if you want to join that. $5 promo right now. Get you the first 4 weeks of the of our weekly rankings of the first month, along with a phone number that you will be able to text us any fantasy questions throughout the week, and we will get back to you. And you'll also get a nice little shout out on the podcast. This is fun. This is hectic. That's what I thought. It was hectic. That was a fast hour. Yeah. But, we appreciate you guys hanging around. It's fun. It's a good time.
It's a good time.
And then, like I said, we'll post this on our Facebook page so you can kind of see how the last 10 rounds ended. But here is our first 10 rounds. We have Lamar Jackson, Alexander Madison, Travis Etienne, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Michael Pittman Jr., DeAndre Swift, Odell Beckham Jr., Courtland Sutton, and Devin A-Chain. So, like I said, guys, appreciate you guys hanging around. And we'll be back next week, same time, probably Wednesday or Thursday. So, Adam, you got anything else to say?
Go Broncos. Go Twins. Go Tigers, baby. Oh, and go Irish.
All right, take care. Be good. All right.
That was fun.
We're still live on the YouTube, guys.
You always say that like I'm gonna swear or something.
Yes, I'm always afraid of that. You're gonna swear. Because Adam, him and his swearing.
Yep. I do 10 push-ups a swear word on the practice field now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
How fancy is that?
Did 40 today.
All right, my friends on YouTube, we appreciate you guys hanging around. You guys are the best.